Hi, thank you so much for joining me. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop sugar cravings for good in 7 steps. Now, my name is Krista Lightheart, and my channel is all about natural health and fitness, natural beauty secrets, and fixing digestion. So if those topics are interesting to you, then please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to providing you with lots of value. Now, I hate to break it to you, but sugar is keeping you fat, and it is so addictive. And why do we like sugar so much? Well, when we consume sugar, this is actually creating a biochemical response in the brain where the brain is producing dopamine, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter. So no wonder it's so addictive. But I promise you, you can break free from sugar cravings. I've done it myself, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do in the next 7 steps. Number 1, improve our gut health. Improving our gut health, this is a bit of an involved topic, but I'm just going to give you the basics in this video. Now, 75% of our immune system is in our gut, and it's really comprised of this delicate balance of healthy bacteria. And intestinal infections are extremely common, and they cause massive sugar cravings. And how these intestinal infections can come about there are a few different factors. So number 1, there are many different factors that actually wreak havoc on this healthy balance of intestinal bacteria, and that can kill off a lot of our healthy intestinal bacteria. And some of the things that cause this are drinking tap water full of chlorine, taking antibiotics, eating conventional animal products because they generally contain antibiotic residue, eating GMO foods, stress. And what can happen is this can kill off a lot of the healthy bacteria in our gut, and then it allows an opportunity for opportunistic bacteria to turn into bad bacteria and cause an intestinal infection. And this can cause massive sugar cravings. So how can you combat this? Some simple things that you can do is start drinking filtered water. Get a water filter, drink clean water, get rid of the chlorine and the contaminants that may be wreaking havoc on your intestinal bacteria. Choose antibiotic and hormone-free pastured animal products. You can generally find this at the butcher. Just ask at the butcher what kind of life these animals have lived, what was their diet, are they antibiotic and hormone-free, and as well as eating wild fish instead of farmed fish, and reducing your stress. You can also start taking a high-quality probiotic just to continually re-inoculate the gut with healthy bacteria. Now, I highly recommend P3OM from Bioptimizers. It's a very strong probiotic. It's the strongest one that I know of on the market. It's antiviral, antiretroviral, antitumoral, antibacterial. It actually has a US patent. And yes, I highly recommend that. It's really strong. And even better, if you can ferment your probiotics, it's going to make them even more active, even stronger. I'm gonna stick a link to a video that I made on how to make probiotic coconut yogurt. It's an amazing superfood for reducing sugar cravings because it kills off this bad bacteria in our gut and it re-inoculates the gut with healthy bacteria. So that's a really powerful move that you can take action on now to start improving your gut health and reducing your sugar cravings. Number 2, make sure that you are getting adequate protein. This is so important when it comes to sugar cravings. If you are not getting enough protein on a daily basis, you better believe you're going to be craving sugar and carbs, both of which are going to make you fat if you're eating too much of them. Now, I highly recommend eating somewhere around 100 grams of protein a day. For example, I'm 140 pounds and I'm eating between 100 and 120 grams of protein a day. So you can usually shoot for 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. So if you figure out what your body fat percentage is, you minus that from your body weight, it's going to be that amount in grams of protein. But just to keep it simple, aiming for around 100 grams of protein a day is going to help you reduce sugar cravings. I see this a lot with people on the vegan or vegetarian diet. if you are not getting enough concentrated protein, your tendency is you're just going to overeat carbs, you're going to be craving sugar, and you're just not going to get the body composition that you're looking for. So you need to make sure you're eating enough protein. Protein is such a powerful appetite suppressant, and it's really going to give you much more control over your cravings and your sugar cravings in general. So make sure you're getting concentrated protein in. So whether that's pastured eggs, grass-fed antibiotic and hormone-free animal products, or if you're a vegan or vegetarian, a really good quality organic hemp, pea, and pumpkin protein is really going to be your go-to. I'm not a big fan of soy products. I think maybe a little bit of tempeh is okay. But yeah, it's really important that you focus on consuming concentrated protein sources. This is going to be an amazing tool for you in managing and eliminating your sugar cravings. Number 3, stop eating sugar. It's just feeding your sugar addiction. When you eat sugar, it's just gonna make you crave more sugar. And I'm telling you, sugar is hiding everywhere. You need to start reading food labels. So anytime you go to the grocery store, anything that's in a package or a bottle, just look on the back and check out the ingredient list. You can see how many grams of sugar are in it, and also just look at the ingredient list. If there is sugar in it, do not buy it, okay? If you want to have a lean body composition, if you want to get in awesome shape, there is no place for sugar in your diet, okay? Like if you want to have maybe a little bit of maple syrup or honey every once in a while, that is fine, but not on a daily basis. You know, maybe you're thinking, oh, well, I've heard that processed refined sugar is bad, but it's okay to have the whole food sugars, or like maple syrup or honey, or maybe coconut sugar. And yeah, that is fine. Those types of sugars may have a little bit more nutritional content in them in terms of, you know, maybe minerals or enzymes. But the truth is, if you want to be lean and get in the best shape of your life, stay that way, and eliminate your sugar cravings for good, there is no place for sugar in your diet. And once it is out of your diet and you have gotten rid of your sugar cravings, it is freedom. So I'm telling you, it is worth the sacrifice in the short term. And so here's some examples of where sugar is hiding. In bottled salad dressings, in anything in a package generally has sugar in it. It's actually unbelievable. So get really good at reading your food labels and get that sugar out of your diet. You're gonna be glad you did. Number 4, eat complex carbohydrates instead of simple carbohydrates. And that includes grains. I recommend you remove grains or strictly limit them from your diet, because the truth is, flour, grains, and sugar, when it goes into your body, it turns into sugar. So it's just going to increase your sugar cravings. And when I say eat complex carbohydrates rather than simple carbohydrates, I'm talking about things like sweet potato, squash, those are the best ones. Some kind of foods that are higher in fat but that also have complex carbohydrates are things like avocado and nuts. A little bit of brown rice here and there is okay. That's probably your best grain option. But the rest of the grains, I would stay away from them. It's sugar, and it's just making you fat. So you want to eat complex carbs and remove simple carbs from your diet. So what are simple carbs? I'm talking about quick oats, even oats in general, all grains, except for a little bit of brown rice. High glycemic fruits like bananas, mangoes, pineapples. Okay, sure, these things are nice if you're on vacation in small quantities, but you don't want to be eating large amounts of these things every day. This is not going to help you get to a lean body composition and help you to eliminate sugar cravings. And even if you're living in a cold climate, it's not even a good idea to eat those tropical fruits during the winter, because it's best to consume things that are in season. So in the summer, if you want to have some low glycemic fruit like berries and maybe green apples, berries really are the best, and that's fine. Those are low glycemic, complex carbohydrates. But really stay away from the high glycemic things like, what else? Any grains and high fructose, even potatoes. I would limit potatoes. Yeah, so eat complex carbohydrates and stay away from simple carbohydrates. Number 5, balance your blood sugar levels. This is so important. And basically what I mean by this is when you are eating your meals or snacks, you want to combine the macronutrients, okay? And how you're gonna combine the macronutrients is going to change based on your physique goals. If you are something who is overweight and you're just trying to get down to a healthy body composition, then what I recommend is at all of your meals, combine protein, a complex carbohydrate, and a little bit of fat, okay? This may be different in certain situations. Say if you're doing more of a ketogenic diet, you're gonna focus more on just protein and fat. But for the most part, to balance your blood sugar levels and to get the most out of your meal, to keep you full the longest, and to avoid any kind of an insulin spike and crash, which is just going to leave you dying for sugar, you want to combine a lean protein, good amount of protein, a complex carbohydrate, like an example, a little bit of sweet potato, and some healthy fat, whether that's some ghee or olive oil or a little bit of avocado. This is going to stabilize your blood sugar and keep you full for as long as possible. And it's not going to lead to a blood sugar spike and crash that's gonna leave you dying for sugar. Another option, like if I'm in a bit of a cutting phase, I'm trying to maybe lean out a little bit for a photo shoot, then I would focus more on protein and fat and lots of veggies. Okay, this is also going to stabilize blood sugar. You just want to make sure you're getting enough fat in that situation. Whereas if you have a snack that is just a carb, like say just an apple or just a sweet potato, the thing is, this is just going to cause a rise and fall in your insulin levels, and it's just going to leave you hungry in an hour or two, right? So it's not setting yourself up to avoid sugar cravings. So definitely stabilize your blood sugar by combining macronutrients, either protein and fat or protein, carbs, and fat. Number 6. Find sugar alternatives to sugar so that you can still enjoy a sweet flavor. So some of my favorites are monk fruit extract, Lakanto. Lakanto is amazing, especially for hot recipes like say warm drinks. Basically what it is it's erythritol and monk fruit, which is, erythritol is a sugar alcohol. So it tastes like sugar. It's great in baking. And it's a great alternative to sugar. Also, you can go for an organic stevia. It's kind of hit or miss with flavor with stevia, I find. My favorite stevia brands are Omako Organics. I think that's probably the best tasting stevia on the market. Also, Sweet Drops is pretty good. So I will generally alternate the Lakanto, which is erythritol and monk fruit, and stevia as sugar alternatives. And they really satisfy you just like sugar does. So definitely go grab some of those and get rid of all the sugar in your house, because if it's around, then the temptation is there. So just get rid of it and get started on the great sugar-free alternatives. Number 7, find sugar-free alternatives to your favorite treats. Now, when you're quitting sugar and when you really want to get rid of sugar cravings, you need to find treats that you enjoy, right? It's not realistic to think that you're just never gonna have treats anymore, right? But if you want to get rid of sugar cravings for good, you really need to get sugar out of your diet. But I have great news. There are so many amazing sugar-free treats that you can be introduced to if you put your mind to it. Now, here's a few ideas, some alternatives to maybe some sweet treats that you love. Now, you can get erythritol and stevia sweetened chocolate. The Lily's sweet chocolate has a great option, and you just have to look it up online, erythritol sweetened chocolate. It is delicious. To be totally honest, I actually like 100% cacao chocolate without any sugar in it, right? This takes a bit of time to get the sugar completely off your palate, to get used to the taste of 100% cacao, but it is so delicious so that I can have that chocolate experience, and it's actually healthy. It's not going to cause me to crave more sugar. So if you can get into it, that's definitely an option, or finding some erythritol or stevia sweetened chocolate. Another route you can go is to get into keto baking. Now, there's so many delicious keto recipes that are sweetened with erythritol. So all you need to do is type into Google keto baking, right? Now, I wouldn't say you want to be consuming keto baking on a daily basis. If your goal really is to establish an amazing lean body composition, I don't know if that's going to help you reach your goals if you're consuming these things every day. But if your goal is to get rid of sugar cravings and you want to have a delicious desserty treat, like maybe brownies or muffins or different delicious treats and desserts like that, you can definitely find those kind of recipes in keto baking blogs and websites. So grab yourself some Lakanto and get creative. Now, if you are a pop lover, I've got great news for you, because I found these absolutely delicious herbal pop tinctures. And they're from this company called Longevity Warehouse. And basically, it's an herbal tincture with superfoods, and you add it to soda water, and they actually taste delicious and just like pop. And they're sweetened with stevia. They have all different flavors. My personal favorites is this reishi cherry cola, and you just put a few dropperfuls into soda water, and it's delicious. There's no sugar in it, and it really gives you that experience of drinking pop, right? So there's this reishi cherry cola, lemon lime tastes like Sprite, vanilla, which tastes like cream soda. Now these are delicious, and I highly recommend staying away from diet pops just because they contain aspartame and sucralose. Definitely want to stay away from those artificial sweeteners because they're really unhealthy. They're a neurotoxin, which means they're bad for your brain, and they also wreak havoc on your intestinal bacteria. So finding something like these longevity soda tinctures is going to be an awesome, healthy, nutrient-dense alternative that's going to just be a great alternative to when you're craving something sweet like pop. If you're interested in checking these out, I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm not affiliated with this company, but I just think that this is a great find. And last but not least, it takes a little bit of time to get rid of sugar cravings, okay? So you just have to stick it out, and you have to just have access to treats that you like that are sugar-free and healthy. It's just gonna take a little bit of time to cleanse your palate and get used to living a sugar-free lifestyle. But once you're there, you're just not gonna have sugar cravings anymore. Your sugar cravings are gonna be under control, and you're going to really enjoy the sweet alternatives that you've found that are sweetened with alternative sweeteners. In this video, we talked about how to stop sugar cravings for good in 7 steps. Now, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe for my channel for more videos like this. My name is Krista Lightheart. I hope you have an amazing day. I appreciate you for tuning in on this video. And if there are any other topics that you would like me to talk about, then please list them in the comments below. And also, if you have any ideas for sugar-free treats that maybe someone who's trying to get off sugar would like, or maybe a recipe or just something you can share in the comments, that I would love to hear. Have an amazing day, and bye.